Okay, poetry fans and friends, you asked for more recitation poetry and now you're going to get it. Today we're going to do a famous poem by Robert Frost called Provide, Provide. And speaking of Frost, I want to remind you of his performance in 1961 at the inauguration of JFK as President of the United States. Frost tried to read his poem and it was a disaster. The light wasn't right, or maybe the print was too small, or he got confused about which line was what. And this is a tremendous example of the trouble you can get into when you try and read your poem. That is a disservice to your audience and to the poem and to yourself. Now, a splendid example of the beauty of performance poetry was given to us by Amanda Gorman. And her poem is now in print form called The Hill We Climb. If you read this poem, you realize it's a good poem, but it has many defects. The alliterations are forced, some of the rhymes don't really work, the caesuras are in the wrong place, and so forth. So as a written poem, it is good, but not great. As a recited poem, the way she did it, it is a masterpiece. She had facial expression, body language, poise, prose, prosody, great pace and tempo, and important emphasis. So she illustrates the difference between a written poem and a performed poem. So I had the privilege of seeing Robert Frost perform this poem at a university graduation. And I think he did it as a piece of advice to the graduates. It's called Provide, Provide. This witch that came, the withered hag, to clean the steps with pail and rag, was once the beauty, Abishag, the picture pride of Hollywood. Too many fall from great and good for you to doubt the likelihood. Die early and avoid the fate. Or if predestined to die late, make up your mind to lie in state. Make the whole stock market your own. If need be, occupy a throne. Then nobody can call you crone. Some survived on what they knew, others by being simply true. What worked for them might work for you. No memory of having starred makes up for later disregard or keeps the end from being hard. Better to go down dignified with modern friendship at your side than none at all. Provide, provide. And then at this particular graduation, Frost smiled and added to his poem, and if you don't provide, somebody will provide for you. The poem was, of course, part of a collection that won the Pulitzer Prize in poetry in 1937.